whistled at me today and told me he loved me.
What?
A man whistled at me today and told me he loved me.
Oh, perfect for International Girl Day. He whistled and said, "I love you." Wow.
Are you recording already?
All right. So, we're doing this video. We're bringing this to you for International Day of the Girl. International Day of the Girl. I keep wanting to say International Girl Child Day, but International Day of the Girl, which is actually October 11th. So, this is something that we wanted to bring to light because, you know, I'm a mother of 2 daughters. So I was like, what is International Day of the Girl? So I Googled it and found that the holiday initiated October 11th in 2011. This is the day that that has been set aside to really just hear out girls. They made a holiday out of it. So we hear you. Yes. Yes. So I wanted my daughter to kind of give some input on some things. Now, we have not rehearsed. She doesn't even know what I'm going to ask her. She asked me, "Can you give me a heads up?" So I said,
She said no.
I want to know like your first response. So you guys are getting first responses here, okay? So it's going to be Alyssa first, and I'll bring in my other daughter. I'm a mom of 2 daughters. 2 daughters and 2 sons. So this video would just be the girls. So I'll bring in my other daughter as well so she can give some input. Are you ready, Alyssa?
Now, I wrote down a few questions. She has no idea what these questions are. So, Alyssa, first question. Dun, dun. Do you think girls are treated fairly?
No.
And why? Why would you say no?
I feel like there are a lot of expectations that girls have that boys just don't have. I feel like they're expected to take care of themselves differently. What's considered hygiene isn't really hygiene. It's just what looks good to society a lot of the times. And I feel like guys just get away with a lot more than girls get to get away with. I feel like a lot of dress code rules are specifically targeted towards girls, but there are hardly any rules that even change what guys wear at all. So that's why I don't really feel like they're treated fairly, especially not in schools. I feel like, whenever I was in elementary school, and if I didn't sit like this, and if I sat even like this, teachers would always tell me that it was unladylike.
Show us again.
If I didn't sit like this, and I sat like this, then teachers, usually even females, would tell me that it was unladylike and unbecoming of a little girl to do something like that. Whereas me, as a small child, an elementary school girl, I don't see anything wrong with that because I would never have even thought of that as being inappropriate, and it shouldn't be considered inappropriate. And I don't feel like boys have the same things to worry about that girls do, especially even at that young age. I mean, it all started all the way back then. So, and a lot of people that I've mentioned this to are like, "Oh, well, they were just trying to protect you," but I don't think that you should be telling a small girl who's wearing jeans, not even a skirt, that she needs to sit a certain way. I feel like that's just an unfairness that a lot of people just kind of ignore and they just kind of deal with. But I never thought that we were treated fairly when compared to a lot of the boys.
So what would you do to change something in the world, that has to do with girls? What's something that you would like to change? Anything. A change that you would like to see or a change that you would like to make?
I would like for girls everywhere to have an equal opportunity for education, have equal opportunities in the workplace, to be treated fairly. It's not even just equality that we need, it's equity. We need for the environment to be fair for each person. It's not just everybody gets the same thing. I believe that everybody needs to be met in the middle when it comes to that kind of thing. So a lot of the things that I believe are unfair about being a woman in the workplace, for instance, is the issue of maternity leave. I know a lot of women, they say even though they want to start a family, they can't because their job won't allow them to, and they just aren't in a good position for that. Whereas men don't have to worry about that at all, because a lot of the times they don't need to recover in the same way that a woman would. And still, if a man wants to start a family and if he wants to spend some time home helping his wife, I believe that he should be able to take that time off. And I especially think that education is incredibly important for women everywhere, because, I mean, at the very basis of what a person needs, they need their education for society as a whole to move forward.
Okay, she said these questions are hard. Okay, I just wanted to get the raw, uncut. Okay?
Yeah, there's so much I want to talk about, but I feel like I can't. Since I didn't hear these questions beforehand, I can't even express.
That's okay. See, that's the thing. I just want to get that first initial reaction. So, okay, one more question for you. How should girls smash gender stereotypes?
I feel like that's really hard. Something that I realize is that you just gotta stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to say something when a boy or when an adult, or even if it's a woman, if it's another girl says something like, oh, you throw like a girl, or oh, quit being like, or like if they say something to a boy like quit crying like a little girl or something like that. A lot of the times, being a woman is associated with being weak and being lesser than. And a lot of times, it's not even on purpose. It's just been internalized a lot for lots of girls, and it's also been just something that's been ingrained into our minds because of society. So I think that something you need to do is pay attention to what people are saying. Pay attention to the expectations that people have for you, and go above and beyond the expectations that they have for you as a woman. Even if their expectations are as high as they can be, try your best. Do your best all the time, and don't let anybody belittle you ever. I think that those are really strong ways to kind of smash those stereotypes.
Yes, all right. Thank you, Alyssa. So I'm going to bring, okay, Ayani's she's all the way in the back in a whole different room, so we're going to bring in Ayani. Thank you, baby. Okay, Ayani, so I asked Alyssa these same questions, so I'm going to ask you these questions as well. Do you think girls are treated fairly?
No.
Why would you say?
Because most people think that boys are stronger than girls.
They think that boys are stronger than girls? Okay. So, if you could change anything, in the world, what would you change?
How people think about how strong girls are.
Okay, well that kind of ties into the next question. So how should girls smash gender stereotypes to get people to stop thinking like that? What would you do? It could be anything. What would you do? What do you do for people not to think that you're weak, or that boys are stronger than you are?
Challenge them.
You challenge them? Well, thank you, Ayani. Thank you for being part of this, and happy Day of the Girl to you. Okay, you can go back and take your nap.
So there you have it. That's their input on topics that are girl related. So happy National Day, international, it's actually an international holiday. Happy International Day of the Girl to all of you.